Welcome back, YouTube, to another episode here at WILDMAN Lives. I'm your host, WILDMAN. Now, on today's episode, I am super excited because this week is Chain Week. Now, there's something called Shark Week, right? Where everybody's always looking forward to an entire week where all you can watch on a specific channel is shark videos, one after another. And if you love sharks or you're just curious about sharks, it fits the need to watch all those videos, just how cool sharks are. And you can't get enough. After you watch one episode, you want to watch the next one. Well, just like Shark Week is for some people, I absolutely love Chain Week. Chain Week is when I do all 4 movements in giant set format, which is back squat, deadlift, bench press, and overhead press, but I use chains. And there's a reason why I like to use chains instead of other resistant methods such as bands or anything else that you could think of. So let's pop into the workout and I'm going to explain my reasoning. So on today's giant set for the day, I'm doing back squats. And I'm also going to be adding in pull-ups as well. I know, I haven't done pull-ups in forever since my surgery. And I'm going to be using the fat bar on the top of my weightlifting rack because that bar is a lot thicker in diameter and it's square. So it actually makes my grip have to work a lot more. And I was just grateful I could do 3 pull-ups in between all these reps. And I'm also going to be doing some box jumps in between. And yes, I know it looks dangerous, but that's the way I wanted it to be because I really had to concentrate sticking the landing on that 16-inch box and to stabilize the implement so I don't fall over. And that was going to be the giant set for the day. But I was also going to add chains to the back squats as I go up in weight. Now, the reason why I like to add chains is because of a couple reasons. The first one primarily is it's a perfect accommodating resistance when you're trying to change the variation of the back squat. The idea is it's heavy at the top, and then as you descend, it gets lighter. And obviously at the bottom of the lift, it's going to be the lightest portion of the lift. And then when you accelerate back up, it's going to be heavy again at the top. But as it goes up, it's going to gradually get heavier and heavier. So it's going to teach your movement mechanics to move explosively. I like to train with chains periodically. Reason being is it gives my central nervous system a break. Because instead of lifting a heavy weight from the top all the way down to the bottom, I'm actually able to not have that weight be so demanding at the bottom, which gives my central nervous system a break. This allows me to lift heavier throughout the week and to not have to worry about getting central nervous system fatigue. But training like this all the time is not a good idea. I only use this as an aid to better my lifts that I discussed previously. And the reason why I don't like to use bands, I could use bands, but I like to use chains because A, I know how much those weigh. And I know that's what I'm lifting. There's no guessing. When you're lifting with resistant bands, you need to figure out how much tension you're getting at the top. But then over time, those bands are going to lose its elasticity, and then you're going to be guessing what it is. It might actually be easier than what you originally anticipated after working out with them for a month. Now, this was going to be my last set where I'm not wearing a belt. I mainly wanted to work on my core, and I wanted to have my legs not to have any knee wraps or any knee sleeves on. I wanted to make sure that I was working everything. And 320 pounds total at the top, and I believe it was 280 at the bottom. And that's not bad at all, especially from recovering from my surgery and not being able to do much. I really took it slow, and so I'm glad where my progression is right now. And the fact that I can do pull-ups on a fat bar is amazing, because I recall not being able to do pull-ups even on a regular bar. And I was able to accomplish that last time, so then I wanted to give my grip and my bicep a little bit more of a challenge. Now, I apologize for this angle. I was actually filming for a short to post on YouTube. But this is 360 pounds at the top and 320 pounds at the bottom with a belt. And this was my top set for the day. I just wanted to hit 3 repetitions, and this turned out to be very easy, easier than what I was anticipating. So since it was a lot easier, I thought, well, why not just go up a little bit and see how I do. But my legs were tired, don't get me wrong. After doing all those reps leading up to that 3 rep max, my legs were pumping at this time. And you can really feel it during the box jumps right here. That's why I'm doing it, was to jump when I really don't want to jump. So I loaded the bar up with 350 pounds at the bottom, and it would be 390 pounds at the top. So not quite 400. And this actually moved very well. And my legs were tired as well. So since that went super well, I thought I might as well just put it back and have something to work for the next time I get into the gym. So the next time I get into the gym, I'll be pushing towards that 400 mark, which is progressing a lot faster than I anticipated, which is all good. It just means that I'm doing everything right. Now for the variation giant set, I was doing 3 rounds, and I was going to continue to do the fat bar pull-ups and the box jumps as well. But now I'm going to do front squats as the variation squat. And I don't typically like to do front squats the same day that I do back squats anymore. But with chains, since it's already a variation and I'm not getting that much tension on the bottom, I like to do front squats because I can get a way deeper squat, and it also works my anterior chain. So back squat works your posterior chain, and the front squat works your interior chain so that you're well balanced. So if you remember that video I talked about last week about being well balanced all around, this is how you do it. Now, when I had the exact same bicep surgery 5 years ago, getting into the front squat position and that front rack position was very hard. And last session I did the log clean and jerk, and I realized that I was suffering a lot on the front rack position. So this is kind of a twofold reason why I'm doing front squats here. It's to make sure that I can get into that front rack position comfortably and have the mobility, and that my bicep won't like cramp up like it did on my other arm. So I'm trying to break that habit right away. And another reason is to improve my front rack position, because if you are comfortable with the bar on your carotid artery like that, then you'll be comfortable having a big old log on your chest when you need to press it overhead. So this is a great movement to do, not only to improve your back squat and to work your interior chain so that you're even, but it's also a great way to get some mobility and to get that front rack into a powerful position and being comfortable under a heavy load. And I chose to do 185 with no belt. And I was going back and forth about it because what I didn't want to have happen is my back to be too tired from doing all of the back squats and the front squats. But this turned out to be okay. And you can see I let my arms down there to let some blood into that bicep tendon quick before it cramps up. No joke, that's what happened to me last time. So I did not want that to happen again. So once I was done doing all 3 rounds of the variation giant set, I moved on to the accessory giant set, where I was doing 3 rounds of supination curls. This is a great exercise to do to isolate those biceps, especially after all those pull-ups and making it work really hard. This is a great way to finish them off safely. And I was also doing some ab mat sit-ups as well to continue to attack that interior chain to make sure that everything was even in the core. And then I also did my face pull variation called hitchhikers, which is great for your shoulder stability. And then I finished off doing flutter kicks as well to hit those lower abs. And then I jumped into the pool after that and did some more work, but I didn't film that portion because that seems like it was quite enough. So there you have it. There's the reason why I like to use chains compared to other implements. I love the fact that you're able to use the chains to get a different kind of stimulus on your nervous system, while also giving your central nervous system a break from all the other heavy lifting that you've been doing prior to this. It's a great variation lift to do. Until next time, thank you.